Okay, we've got most of our coils rolled out. I'm going to start off by pressing the plastic bag flat into my bowl. And I keep my coils that I'm not working with covered with plastic so they don't dry out. And I'm going to start off by coiling this one on the table. And as I coil, they tend to crack sometimes, so you have to kind of push it together. I'm going to spiral it. This is going to be the beginning of my bowl. And as I start that, I'm going to put that in the bottom of my bowl. And you kind of have to work it because this plastic paper is going to move around on you. So you have to have a little bit of control of the plastic paper. Some people tape it down. I don't do that. If you need to, you can. But I don't advise it because you can use this plastic to then cover your bowl if you don't finish it. That's the beginning. I'm going to add a little bit more to it, so I'm going to take another coil out. This coil is a little bit thicker, so I'm going to thin it up just a little bit. And I'm just going to add to the existing coil. I'm not going to press anything together yet, just adding to what's already there. Now as you do this, you need to be careful that you don't get any of that plastic bag in between the coils. That could cause a lot of damage. So make sure you press that clay close together. Now I've got a pretty good base going here, so at this point I'm going to start my decorative design. And this is going to be a very simple coil pot design. So this is basically going to be spirals, and I'm going to fill in all the places that are left with gaps with little marble shapes. So to do that, I'm going to take my coils and I'm going to form them before I put them in. Now this is a pretty long coil, so I'm going to cut it in half. I don't need to work that big. I'm going to get it as even as I can. It's pretty important to have your coils an even thickness because that way they will dry evenly. And you can make all different sizes. They don't have to all be the same size. But I do like to cut several before I put them in. And when I cut them, I like to cut them on a little bit of an angle. So some are going to be larger than others. And that'll give it kind of an asymmetrical look. Instead of keeping it real symmetrical, the same all the way around. It's going to be larger in some places and smaller in other places. Once I've got 5 or 6 coils started, then I'll start putting them together in my bowl. I try not to get it too dried out by using just my fingers. You don't want to hold them in your hands. You want to use as little of your hands as possible. Fingers are good, thumbs are good, but once you're holding them in your hand, they start drying out. I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. I keep cutting or pulling the dried up clay off my knife so that I have a nice cut. And I think I'll do one more before I start putting these on. Oh, I've got a piece over here I forgot about. I'm going to go ahead and use this one. This is going to be a little one, but I am going to pull this out a bit before I put it on. I think I've got enough clay there to make it a little bit thinner. And I want you to notice that I'm working very quickly. The faster I work, the less likely my clay will dry out. All right, I've got 6 to start with.